Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat tahun baru, selamat kembali ke kampus kepada semua pelajar DTR 205. So, pada hari ini 3 Januari kita akan uh, belajar berkenaan dengan Enscape di dalam SketchUp. So, izinkan saya untuk berbahasa Inggeris supaya anda faham dan dapat mengenal pasti apakah ikon-ikon yang akan saya gunakan di dalam pengajaran kita pada hari ini. Baik, so seperti yang anda lihat yang berada di skrin sekarang, saya telah membuka satu model, okay, berkenaan ruang, very simple model, di mana di model ini hanya ada ruang kosong, okay, ada seorang perempuan tiada bermuka, and di sini saya telah make a small design to the window treatment di mana saya made and buat horizontal fins. Okay, kenapa? Why did I make this horizontal fin? Okay, the main reason for this is that that there is going to be a dramatic sun and shadow casting in the interior when you start to use the Enscape software. Right now, let's talk about the Enscape software. I'm using SketchUp Pro 2021, and the Enscape release that I'm going to share with you is Enscape 3.4. So this Enscape is like 3 years back. So maybe some of you are going to use different version of Enscape. That is fine. The only thing that you need to consider is the icon that is displayed on the tab or the ribbon up here is going to be different. Okay, so don't worry, most of the major what you call this, the major point or the major function is going to be similar to those which has been released 3 years ago. Okay, don't worry, we still can use it. So if you cannot find this icon yet when you open your window, make sure you select or you've activated it inside the SketchUp file. And for your information, Enscape cannot be used as a standalone program. So it has to be included in other software that is used to model buildings or model interiors. For example, if you are using SketchUp, that is going to be a plug-in Enscape for SketchUp. So if you're using other softwares like 3D files, 3D Max, if you're using ArchiCAD, if you're using Revit, so you got to find the suitable plugin for Enscape. Okay, you can where to get Enscape? Then you have to ask your respective lecturers. For our task or for our session today, I'm going to share with you the extension Enscape for SketchUp 2021 SketchUp Pro. Okay, so if you cannot find where is my Enscape icon, you have to go up here. Okay, click on extension, you browse down until you find Enscape. So this one way to activate your Enscape in SketchUp. The other way or the other alternative is for you to activate the icon in the ribbon. So how to do that? Simply go to the ribbon and move your cursor up here and right click, and you're going to find a list of icons that has been activated. Those who have been activated are marked with this right symbol. Okay, so I'm looking for Enscape, so it should be here. Yeah, here. Okay, so you just click on this until you see an icon, a list of icons for Enscape embedded in the ribbon. Okay, so there are a few icon. Let me just go through here. The first one is you want to start Enscape. and then this is live updates. You cannot, it is not activated yet because you have not yet started the Enscape. Okay, once you run your Enscape, operated it, then when it's active you can choose this option. Okay, and then there is the synchronized view, which means that whenever you change the view in the SketchUp, your Enscape will automatically change or synchronize with the change of the view and will automatically update the rendering. It's going to be an on-the-fly rendering, which means that it's update always. So make sure if you want to use this option, you should have a powerful laptop or powerful computer. Otherwise, it's going to make your operating system very slow and your computer very slow. So do not activate this if you know that your computer or laptop cannot cope with the uh, synchronized view rendering. Okay, and then you have the plus sign where you can add on Enscape objects. Now remember, if you are creating a model in SketchUp, I suggest that please, if there are any objects similar to those in the SketchUp model, please use Enscape model. Why? When you get your model from SketchUp or the warehouse, 3D warehouse, some of the models gonna have normally you're gonna find some of the models are very um, consuming that, they have bigger size files. So for example, this window here, for example, I take this window from, for example, I created this one. For example, if I take this window from the 3D warehouse, let's say this one is 1 MB. So if you have 3, then it's going to be 3 MB. Imagine if you have you're doing a project on retail and you're selling windows. So you have different design of windows to display. So if you have like 50 types of windows, so it's going to be 50 MB. That is if one of the window is 1 MB. But if you have, let's say, I found some of the students asking me, well, sir, why is my file so big? I'm just doing a retail project, not an airport. When I looked into it, investigated the files, I found out that students using um, so many SketchUp warehouse 3D warehouse models or object embedded inside his or her file. So that is going to make your SketchUp file very big, and it's going to consume the memory and also the operating capacity of your CPU, causing it to lag and causing it to slow down. So I suggest, if possible, reduce 3D as much as possible. Reduce your 3D model from 3D warehouse. Use 3D objects from Enscape. Okay, we go into detail after this. Now the next one is asset library. Okay, some of the asset library that there is in the Enscape can be found here. What is the Enscape asset library? Here it is. So you're gonna find some objects that is in Enscape. So unlike the Enscape object, this one covers on the lighting. Okay, so you have two things here. Enscape objects only considers on the lighting. Very sorry, just now there's a bit confusion. Enscape objects are only for lighting. Enscape asset library is the one that I'm talking about just now, which you can substitute it for the 3D warehouse model. So if you want, there's a lot of it. Sometimes you can also find it from the internet. Some people, they make this model and they sell it. Maybe you could find it in Shopee or Lazada. Okay, but sometimes they give it for free, but you need to do some research and do investigation and try to find it from the internet. And also there's one thing very particular, very helpful for you, your interior, to make it more realistic, is the use of people. Okay, rather than using people from SketchUp, you can use people which is three-dimensional, realistic for your SketchUp interior design. Okay, but I'm not going to go into detail for this session because I'm going to go through with this Enscape UI or the user interface. Alright, the next one is the Enscape Material Library. So what is the Enscape Material Library? The Enscape Material Library is actually similar to the ones that you see in SketchUp, where you have the material. Let me see, where is it? Okay, it's not here. So let's see. Paint bucket. Okay, so the paint bucket means that, oh yeah, this is the material. Sorry, I'm overlooked this one. So the paint bucket is similar to the one that you see in the Enscape Material Editor, except what the Material Editor in Enscape is more advanced because you cannot create reflection or refraction in SketchUp. Rather, there is going to be used in the Enscape um, software. For example, let me show you. Okay, if I use for example here, if I use this material for my wall, okay, ground cover up, okay, just to show you, I'm going to use this for my wall. Okay, and let's say you want to enhance this material using Enscape Material Editor. You can by clicking this object, or you have to click the object first. Okay, click the object, then go to Material Editor. All right, and use this all right, move on. Okay, right click, and let me see if I can change this using the, oh sorry, this is it, Escape Material Editor, but now it's Material Library. If you want to edit this, you have to use this icon, but instead this one you call or you retrieve the Enscape Material Library. So this one is an additional to or supplements to the material found in SketchUp. So this one is more, and you can get further materials, and also this material can be added. So you got to find it from the internet. Okay, you can also add into the existing Enscape Material Library. For example, if you have different types of let's say brick, you don't want this brick, you want something like a different colored brick, green or yellow. Okay, you can use it. You can download from the internet and can put it inside here by clicking the import selection. Okay, or you can also relocate a collaborative work. All textures imported via the material or via material package. So this is the software, the file that you need to download from the internet, and you have to put it inside this. You get the material from the internet and then you copy it inside this folder. Okay, so if you cannot find it, you have to restart your Enscape again, and then that's going to refresh the list of materials. Okay, and all right, the next one is we're going to place this brick on the wall. Okay, import selection. Okay, and simply you can apply it. Okay, but I'm not going to show it today in this session, rather I'm going to show it later on. Okay, let's go to the next one, Material Editor. Okay, so how you going to change this is by clicking on this item which is called the eyedropper or sample paint. You click on the wall, so it's going to change automatically. So you can change this to make it, for example, you want to make it metallic. Okay, less roughness, specular. It's not going to be seen here yet. unless if you open the Enscape rendering window. Okay, how to do that later on. Hold on. Okay, so this is where you want to edit whatever material that you have included inside your model, so it's going to be listed here. If not, you can search. Okay, bash import, this can be done. Okay, now at this intermediate editor, there's a list of material that you can apply inside your model or inside this scene. So you can change it into a carpet if you want. For example, let me just show you. If I want to make this one grass, okay, go to material editor again. All right, click here, and this is grass. So you can change it to become higher or lower or height variation, but you're gonna see it because I've not opened yet the window for Enscape. Right, let me just go through this button here first, okay, before we go into detail. Upload management. So what is upload management? This one is to create panorama view. If you want to change your view here, instead of being just a 2D view, you can create a panoramic view where you can view it inside a 3D glass or 3D headset. Okay, or you can make it into web standalones. Web standalones means just like 3D Google Earth, where you can spin around, or you can explore around in 3D in terms of a view of your computer or screen, not the 3D VR or AR kind of a goggle. All right, so the next one is the general settings. Okay, this one, if you are looking into that, if you find any problem in terms of, hey, what's happening to my 3D model, what's happening, why I cannot render, why the hardware, I mean this what do you call the, oh my goodness, when you call the 3D card of your computer or laptop. Okay, and also that's where you can upload, if you have access for Enscape on the website or server, you can use this, and other preferences, but normally we are not going to touch into this. Okay, this one is feedback to the supplier or to the software developer. And if you want to find out what's the version of your Enscape, you can just click this I button here. Excuse me. All right, okay, now how do I start my Enscape? Very simple. Go to left and find this type of icon. I'm not sure about the latest version. Maybe it's going to be different, but the name is similar for throughout every version. It's going to be Start Enscape. Okay, how does it look like? Okay, depending on the processor and the capacity of your laptop or computer, the amount of time taken will be different across different machines. Okay, so now I can see this is the view for Enscape. Okay, so once you open this, you're going to see that whenever I change my view on in 3D, oops, let me just close this so that you can view it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so if I change the view, it's not going to change my view inside the Enscape. If you want to make sure it is synchronized, you can click this button here, synchronize view. So whenever I change my views inside the Enscape, will also automatically change. Okay, hold on, let me just adjust this so that everybody can see what is going on inside both windows. Okay, right. Oops, I have glass on the wall. Okay, so why it is dark? Because I've not put any Enscape object or lighting inside here. Okay, so when you open the Enscape software, you're gonna find another different access a different icon. So the one that you see on the left here is called home root. Okay, it's going to go back to this view. So the next one is the collaborative annotation. If you want to, if you're working with other friends, or for example, you're working with other companies in your company or other department, so this is why you want to put in any comments. Okay, there are issues or anything, so that the person working in your team can find out, oh, there's a problem with the wall, there's a problem with the window, so just put inside as annotation. The next one is beam mode. Okay, beam is for those who are using Revit. For other software where you need to communicate with other stakeholders, for example contractors, facilities management, engineers, M&E, CNS, what is that? Mechanical and electrical, construction and structure or services. Okay, and if you're working with other counterpart like architects and also who else? The quantity surveyors. Okay, the next one is the view management. Okay, click that. If you want to create view, this one is similar to the ones that you use in SketchUp, which is called scenes. Okay, so if you add scenes here, it's going to be automatically update here. Let me see. Okay, there you go. This one, scene one. Okay, but you can also create scene here where you can change the position of the camera. Okay, this is the lighting position, or not lighting, more in terms of sunlight, so that you can create different effects. Okay, so this one is for Enscape scene one. So you're gonna this whatever you update in Enscape is not going to be updated in SketchUp, but if you anything that you update in SketchUp is going to be automatically update in Enscape. Remember this, you update here, this one is not going to update in SketchUp. If you update in SketchUp, will automatically update in Enscape. Okay, because SketchUp is bigger, Enscape is just one part in SketchUp. So anything you update in SketchUp automatically updates in Enscape. But if you update on Enscape, SketchUp is not going to be updated. Alright. Okay, so the next one is called the asset library. See first. Okay, let's say if I want to add let's say if I want to add something big, blackboard. Okay, there you go. There's a blackboard at the back. Okay, and I want to add people. How do I go back to people? Asset. You can just search for people. Person. Oh, there you go. Simplified person means that this person has no face. Okay, I'm not gonna use this one. Let's go to where is the category? I think I can change the category. Category. Okay. Yeah, here you go. Change to adult. Okay, let me just put in this teacher here, teaching on Blackboard. Okay, so why am I not seeing anything? Well, basically, it's going to take a bit moment before it is updated. Apply changes. Okay, and there you go. And this fella or this teacher is standing inside grass. That's why you have long grass. Okay, right. And the next one, let me just close this. The next one is the side contacts. Okay, you can add side contact. It's not going to be inside the interior, rather it's going to be outside the interior. Okay, wow, this is new. I can put it in middle of KL, somewhere near Bank Islam. Okay, smaller. All right, and import. So what is going to happen is that Enscape is going to automatically download the 3D buildings around or surrounding the object. Let's see if this is updated automatically. So this is something new. I have not used this before. Okay, let's just change this and see if it hold on. Okay, let's see if there are any. Yeah, not in the SketchUp, but you can see it in the Enscape. See, all these are buildings surrounding in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, Avenue 5, street sidewalks. I don't know why my model is in mid-air floating. Maybe the setting. Let me just leave it like that first. Okay, this is very helpful if you want to create your buildings and then do a site analysis. What happens to the sun, shading, or the effect of sun casting on your interior. Okay, all right. So the next one is the video editor. Okay, so this one is going to be created at the end of your session just to show you how to move around. Okay, so once you want to create it's not it's similar to the one that you did in SketchUp, where you click scene, you create another scene. Okay, let's say I've changed this into this view and I click update. So when you change the view, you click on the scene, your camera is going to move as if you are doing an animation. Okay, so this one view is that you edit the video or animation inside the Enscape without touching or updating anything on SketchUp. So let's say you want to start, simply just click plus. Okay, so this is the first view, right? Once you've moved, let's say I move this view using you have to use your mouse. Okay, the right one is for clicking on selecting object. If you want to change, you change the view, click on on your left right, so on your yeah on your right, my sorry, my mistake, my bad. On your left is for the click to select object, right is to click and drag to change the view. So let me just change the view here. Oops, what happened? Let's say just I've changed the view like this, and then you add another one. So this one is 2 seconds. Okay, you can change another view. For example, I go further. Okay, I use the middle button, press to pan. Okay, I'm using the right mouse button to change the angle. Okay, and then add another one. Okay, and go back and you can play. This is for 2 seconds. Okay, details gonna show you in the session next after this, maybe covered by other lecturers. Okay, but for this introduction in terms of the user interface, I'm just going to go a very brief overview of the different buttons available. All right, so that one is in animation for Enscape. The next button is if you want to export this view in terms of the format for pictures or JPEG. So you have options. You can use PNG, portable network graphic. You can use JPEG image. You can use OpenEXR or Targa file. Okay. All right, and the next one is screenshot. Similar. Okay. This one is just now is video editor. This one is screenshot. This one is batch rendering. If you have different angle, you're gonna run it rendering in terms in one shot. Okay, so you don't have to do it many times. The next one is mono panoramic view. If you want to export it into a Google Earth or Google Street format, so that when people go inside use your video or your files, they can automatically view in terms of 3D. Okay, next, oh, it's still exporting. Okay. Depending on your capacity of your CPU and also graphic card, the amount of time will be varying depending on your different machine capacity. Okay, 92%. So hope you can understand, and it's going to be very easy for you to use, rather than you use last time when we have the ID 202. We use V-Ray. V-Ray is very difficult because you have a lot of buttons that you need to tweak, change the setting. Okay. All right. So the next one is what is this? Oh, okay. Let me just make it bigger so that you can see it. This one is exe and web standalone. This one is similar to 3D. Okay. Mono and stereo. You can choose this. This one is for 3D Google Cardboard or YouTube, or you can change it into any software that can read panoramic or stereoscopic pictures or JPEGs. Okay, so next one, when you don't have any software, so you have to use exe standalone or web standalone, where these people or other people or your client can just open it directly on your laptop or computer, on their computer I mean. All right, so that covers all the icons on the left. Now let's go on the icons on the right. What is this? So this one is a mini map. It toggles the mini map. It shows where you are standing inside your model. Okay, you can close this. The next one is save frame, to make sure that you don't render something that you cannot see in the end of your file. Okay, but normally I just close this because I'm not going to use this. Select objects, projection mode, disable for VR synchronized views. Okay, let me just go home. Okay, this one is navigation mode. You can change whether you want to make, you can fly. Okay, how to change this? So normally I will off this one first, synchronize view. When you off the synchronized view, you can see that this button is already activated. Okay, okay, since that I'm not gonna use SketchUp window, so let's go into this in detail. So I'm gonna use my mouse. Okay, using the middle button, I'm scrolling. Okay, not scrolling, I'm just pressing and scrolling out. Okay, so if I change my view, I use the left button or left, yes, left button, and I change my angle. If you want to fly, use this. If you want to walk, you can walk, and then you can use, I'm using the view first, angle right button. Oh, okay. Am I flying? Yeah, I'm flying. Okay, now I'm walking. I'm moving. You can, okay, so you can walk. Okay, and then this one is for VR headset. If you have connected to your computer, if your computer or your personal, your laptop or desktop can support this, you can directly use this with certain headset. Enscape supports the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality headsets. So if you have this, you can directly change using just, you know, don't have to look on the screen, but using headset so that you can identify. This one is normally used by building information modeling personnel to check into the building in terms of virtual reality, so that you can identify problem before the building is actually being built. All right, so this one is visual setting. Okay, if you want to change this later on to make your output very realistic. Okay, you can change this. This one is similar to the one that you have in DSLR camera. You can change the motion blur so that you get a more realistic kind of a view or image. Okay, but you have to change the output first. Okay, custom, how many? You can make it Ultra HD. You can make it don't use too much. Um, I mean aspect ratio or too detailed. Otherwise, you're gonna have some time to go into to make it create the file. So you're gonna take more time to produce the file. So rather just use Full HD or Ultra HD. That's enough. Okay. And also you can create a white background. You can see that change the in the window background. You can see there's no sky. Or if you want, you can just change it into different view. So let me just show you. Okay, what happens to the outside. Right now, you're not look. You can see that there are buildings which is from the site context of PJ or Petaling Jaya. But if you change this into different background, now it's going to change to desert. Let's change this into town. So it's going to be buildings around your model. Just show you. Okay, it's out so you can see buildings there. Okay, buildings. Okay, there's buildings, so that it makes the surrounding very realistic. Okay, and now let's go back to the setting. Okay, so is it possible to change the time? Yes, you can. So that you can make different timing for to change the cloud. Okay, how do I change the time? So simply click and shift and your right mouse button, and then you just move your mouse left and right or up and down. So left and right. Yeah, left and right. You can see you can change the time, so you have different timing for your interior to show different time of the day. Okay, set up to dark so they can have a dramatic sun effect and shadow effect inside your interior. Okay, so the last one is the Enscape window setting. You can change this if you're having trouble with your Enscape and your devices. Okay, and the last icon is if you have input, you can change this. All right, so basically I've covered on the different icon and the user interface of Enscape in SketchUp Pro 2021. This is Enscape 3.4. If you have any problem identifying or opening your Enscape, let your lecturers know. Or if they are having trouble, you can just directly contact me. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. Hope you can explore, and it's very easy for you students because we have this one batch during the PKP or during the COVID-19 movement. They cannot MCO, so they explored and they managed to create a very good rendering and even animation. Okay, so please do explore and submit what you did, what you did or what you have explored at the end of this class by 5 or 6 p.m. So thank you very much. See you in class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.